Hey, sorry for showing up without much notice. Yeah, I know that I look pretty anxious. I'll tell you inside why. So, I'm going to need you to not do anything rash when I tell you this. Okay? Can you promise me that? I guess that's what I expected. Um, you need to know what I'm going to say before you know how you'll take it. Okay, this is going to be harder than I thought. Look, I'm sick. It's permanent, and chances are I'll be unable to get out of the house much of my rest of my life. Sadly. There's two ways I could potentially get rid of this, and I refuse to use option one. And the other one is something I have no control over. What am I sick with? Well, it's not exactly a traditional sickness. It's not really a sickness either. That's just the best analog I have for it. It's hard to explain without telling you certain things that you might not believe or might scare you. You promise you'll give me a chance to explain myself. Okay. Well, just keep your eyes on me and there we are. You should be able to see everything now. My horns, my wings, my tail, all of it. So, I'm a succubus. Thanks for not running off or getting scared. It means a lot. I get that our reputation is really bad. So I'm guessing you have some questions. But first, I owe you an explanation for what I told you before. The fact that I'm sick. You see, succubi needs to feed to live normal lives. Feeding on romantic and sensual energy is something we need to do to use magic. But just being alive steadily consumes most of it. And I chose not to feed anymore. There will come a time where I won't have any magic left and I'll be alive. But my succubus features will become visible to everyone if that happens, which makes it an incredible risk to leave my home. I get that I have a reputation of stealing the souls of those we sleep with or coaxing them into bed against their will, but the former is just a myth, and the latter is illegal for us to do due to both underworld and human law. We do feed on energy from other people, though. Not in a harmful process. It only leaves the person we feed from a bit tired if we do take too much energy. Not having intercourse just to look normal is not a life I want to live. I realize it'll be hard to find anyone to be around, and getting food may be harder to do. But I can code well enough that money shouldn't be an issue. I'll always find things to make it work. My view on having intercourse has not always been so glum. I mean, I slept around a lot in college, partially because of my appetite, but also by my choice. But now I really don't want casual intercourse. And as far as I know, there's no one who loves me romantically. So I've just decided to let the lack of energy leave me looking this way. There are other things I could do. I could go live in the underworld, but it's not really a great place. I've heard living conditions there are hell. And not to mention the stigma and getting a place on succubi who chose not to feed or can't. I'd much rather be here and stuck at home than there and able to move around freely. Besides, the people here, like you, that are too precious to me leave behind. I am... come here. I realize it's a lot at once. It's not like you won't get to see me at all. It's just that I can't exactly go out like this. When most humans find out what we are, they tend to get killed for it. Plus, there's the fact that exposing magic can be super dangerous. But again, I would rather stay safe at home than sleep around just to live normal. I suppose I did say there was a way I could get rid of this issue that's out of my hands. There's one person I love, romantically. And if they feel the same way that I do about them, then they could provide romantic energy to me. But honestly, the chances that they'd want me after telling them all about this. It has to be 0. I mean, I'm not all that great of a person. And if you put the fact that I am a succubus on top of that, there's no way anyone would stick around. Hold on. Why do I feel fed? You're not getting aroused by all this, are you? Yeah, of course not. That means you love me? You love me. Actually, I don't know what to say. There's so long of wanting to ask you, of wanting to tell you all of this, and you love me. No, I'm happy. I never thought that you would feel the same way. Or if you did, and that I would have to hide myself from you and probably have to leave you as you age, and I don't. I mean, the last one still could be hard. But that's a while down the line, and now that you know all about this, there's no harm in telling you about bonds between humans and succubi. So, there is a system in place through which a human and a succubus can bond themselves together. It's meant solely for romantic partnerships. And it allows the both human and succubus to live for about half a succubus lifespan. So about 1,000 years. Averaging their lifespans. It can also be dangerous. Meaning if one dies, then the other does as well. And it allows the human to use succubus magic at the cost of needing to feed just a little bit to keep them demonic features they develop hidden. But that's usually not a problem since the love between them can provide them more than enough energy. You want that? That's how much you care about me. I don't know what to say. I love you. And if that's what you want, then we can do that. But we should at least give it a little more time so that we both can be certain if that's what we want. I'm sorry that I worried you so much earlier. Saying that I was going to have to hide myself and that I was probably putting myself in danger by doing that. I think I came here because I thought that maybe you'd feel like this, and maybe I subconsciously already knew it. When I feed, I can't tell where the energy is coming from. But everything makes a little more sense now. Since I almost always felt better when I was around you. I thought that was just my own feelings for making me feel better, but I guess I was wrong. And I'm very happy that I was. Can we just cuddle for a bit? Thanks. I love you. Now that I know how you feel about me, I'll be with you for as long as you want me to be. I have a feeling the next 1,000 years will be so much sweeter with you by my side.